Ladies and Germans, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru, hello, hello, hello.
And folks, you promised you more action, and today we're going to give it to you on Tsel. Rang, who's fighting?
Left hand side in blue, we have the 126 Mountain. Cool, first time we've seen these guys. Flatline, right hand side, Nilla, playing 15th Scots, also with Flatline income.
Now, I definitely want to make sure we get a little bit of a look into the 126, because I know I was kind of caught off guard by them, but I do want to make a quick shout out that I was going to go and say on Tuesday to Grimsley. I know we were talking last week during replays about what the Klimi stands for, and he was kind of to let us know that it's for Klimit Voroshlov, however my Russian is, the same thing basically for Russian for tank. So the Finns call it basically a tank 4. So
nice and simple name.
Yeah, it's kind of nice like that. But 126th, for like you said, first time we've seen them in a replay. Why don't you tell the fine folks at home what we got?
Kind of like a light infantry division. They got naval troops, they got mountain troops. Not much in terms of armor or artillery, but they got BT7s and M3Ls, so they got style points.
You know what, man? BT7. I see a BT7. All I can think is that weird. Wait, what the heck? Oh my gosh, that spear, that sword. It looks so strange. That's not. Wait. I missed a
oh, that's a new icon.
Yeah, I missed this at one
That's
point.
the radar icon at me. It's just like paratroopers in SD44.
Right.
When they're behind enemy lines, they don't suffer.
Ironic, considering that Soviets during the Finnish campaigns suffered quite extensively behind enemy lines. But yes. Yeah, so BT7s, I think of that one random, like, East Asian movie about, the guy who, the Korean who fought for the Japanese, the Germans, and the Russians.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can think of whenever I say BT7. Just those tanks are just so strange. But let's return to the present.
Yep.
The Scots. How are the Scots going to match up against this?
Scots Rory is a very good division. Good tanks, lots of infantry spam. The one problem is they don't have a lot of good direct HE fire support weaponry, no like infantry guns or whatnot. So it really usually comes down to just getting a crap ton of 25-pounders and using, good old King's artillery to blow the heretics up from a long distance without having to directly look at them.
The heretics, we kind of got off.
Yeah, I kind of run a little bit 40k, I will admit.
I was going to say the Inquisition, more like the Home Guard, but I'm right there with you, I get it. The BTs are coming out of the woods. We have some Robin Hood moment against these Humbers. And, so far, the Nottingham is actually having the better part of this fight.
There we go.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was BT7s were really cool tanks because they are fast. 63 kilometers off-road, 85 on the road. Yes, not a great weapon loadout for sure, but you can just do flanks like this in a zippy pace. Really surprise the enemy as we're seeing right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, not to go and bring this into a completely different universe as well, but this is like taking, a Locust and Mech Warrior and putting like an AC5 on it and no armor whatsoever.
I have I only take my scout launchers with Atlases and King Crabs.
Of course you do, because you are a man with style points. I get that. Man, you don't have to tell me twice, I know. Funny, up north, actually, we have 2 Churchills. So, once again, the Scots don't have a ton of, I would argue, amazing early armor. So, investing up north, and we actually have a Hurricane coming in to match that, maybe? Yes, here it comes. I'm surprised they're investing quite as heavily as they are into this town push.
Yeah, it went pretty well early on for Gonzo, yeah. But now the, reinforcements coming in, especially the Churchills helping out, that initial shock rush didn't really have, it couldn't really hold because it's a lot of lightly armed troops, really.
I do want to go a quick look down to the south. Rifles just engaging through the warehouses. They will have the better of this over time. But like you said, the Gornostrelkovy over here are not to be sneezed at. Definitely a nice blend of firepower across all distances.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them, especially ones down south, are equipped with SVTs, which is a huge boon, and also a lot of PPSHs. So, close quarters, long range, medium range, they have an archer.
Kind of humorously, there was a Gornostrelkovy in that windmill, just like he chucks a satchel charge 150 meters into the warehouse to his northeast there.
Beautiful.
Also worth noting, we actually have ourselves an AOP off-map 203mm So the priest, and actually if we go back up north right now, I believe the first rounds are falling as we speak.
Yes, they are. And the Gonzo's Gornos are barely holding.
And the Piat has been able to take out a couple of those BTs as well.
Oh,
So
did a Piat kill something?
What's that?
A Piat killed something?
Yeah, I know. It's really weird to think that something with a spigot firing system could be anything so devastating.
Yeah, that's a rarity and a half, especially considering how, rare it's to see Western Front divisions.
Well, part of me trying to figure out where that second Churchill went. I thought for half a second somehow he got taken out, but no, sir. He's just sliding around the forest. He's just chugging on forwards.
I like Gonzo's defensive line in, the northern, field town. It's got 2 sniper squads in the air, bunch of DP troops. He's got a guy in every building.
DP Gruppe. It's so hard to take him seriously when that's the name of them, but I completely agree with you. And down south, he is not keen on losing any ground here.
No.
Infantry all over the place with the 2 more BTs. Jeez.
Yeah, Nilla's doing a very good job of the offense so far. I mean, in the center, he's pushing hard with rifle spam. Down south, he's pushing hard with rifle spam. It may be a simple maneuver, but it's one that always works as Scots, because you just have it's a stupid amount of rifles that you get. You get more rifles than you do with regular Soviet rifle troops, and then that kind of plays against the whole standard stereotype.
Yeah, that certainly is impressive AF, considering UKF was outnumbered 4 or 5 to 1.
Yeah, they're kind of suffering manpower shortages. I don't think it's major shortages, but they were definitely feeling the hurt manpower rise by 44. I tried during the Normandy campaign here a little bit more passive compared to the American counterparts.
Oh, we hadn't bled enough. We had to prove that we were the best at dying. A hurricane coming into the north, though. Kind of interesting if this takes out the Churchill. It's kind of like a treachery moment there, but no British airplane will strike down a British tank just yet.
Nope.
And the northern town is completely under, I would argue, Nilla's control. I agree with you. Nilla's done a great job in stretching the field here.
Just putting pressure all over. Down south, it's not looking too good. The BTs are making a breakthrough, Kelly's hero style. Gonna be charging the 6 pounder head on. A little bit of a ballsy maneuver. It's working because he keeps dodging the what's it called? The line of sight. I think he kills it. Wow. God damn, those BTs are really impressive.
They are, but I think it's time for a little bit of croc rock.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was more than one there. No, yeah, there is another one up to the north as well. So, come on, baby, let my fire.
I really do like how the unit icon for the crocodile also includes the trailer on the back.
Yeah, it should though.
That detail, 10 out of 10.
Well, now it looks like an actual piece of wood. So, I mean, definitely a crocodile kind of moment here. Oof. BT-1 goes down. BT-2 trying to put fire over here on the sniper, but the sniper is getting a couple of kills before he does go down. Carlton over there, he's definitely the Fresh Prince of that hill.
He is, and Gonzo's actually, he's held onto the hill rather well. It looked like it wasn't really going in his favor earlier, but those Gornostrelkovy are just holding the ground, and now they're going to be pushing the ground, it seems.
Now down to the south, Crocodile's going to take out this second BT with 1 shot. Yep, there we go.
Now we are seeing not 1, not 2, but 3 M3 Lees coming in.
Well,
and they're going to be taking the mid.
Now it's a point of pride. The British stuff couldn't kill the British stuff, so now it's to see if the Americans can kill the British stuff. I mean, historically speaking, we've been okay at it, but we're just a very, very short time to the point we're not really fighting fair either.
Yeah.
But down south, the rifles have been eroded quite a bit as more of those Morska Pekotas get brought on in. And I'm trying to find a rough analogy to these guys. I kind of want to say it's almost like a guard squad.
They're more just kind of like a regular, kind of like a guard squad, because, they got, they are, never mind, they are like guard squad. I thought I only had 1 DP, but it had 2. They're essentially guard DPs. But I think I have I have a little bit more men per squad. Take 13 instead of 12.
At long last, the Churchill command goes down in the north. The third or fourth rocket run has finally claimed him. But we're into Phase B, which means it's time for more rifles, and 5 more rifle squads get thrown into the center. Just kind of shore things up, maybe expand that salient that is ever so delicately looking like it needs to go see a doctor after 4 hours.
Yeah, it's going to be connected with the northern one too, and that's when things start to get a little bit crazy. So close to touching. Just the tips, come on. But just not enough. Not enough. And that's good for Gonzo, because it means his guys are technically not surrounded, so they're not getting that debuff penalty.
They're mountain troops, they're meant to be surrounded?
Not the runs in the town.
That is true. They're soft living, that's the problem.
Yeah. Well, I think the snipers have redirect they just don't show up, but the DP groups, they're not made of stern stuff. And I like how Churchill's just going into the town willy-nilly. It's definitely a bit of a dangerous maneuver, considering they don't have, recon in there. But it's going to pay off, because there's no anti-tank.
True, well, that's the thing, too, is that these mountain troops, they do have anti-tank, but it's almost exclusively heat rounds and PTRDs.
Yeah.
Another mortar barrage, another off-map barrage up to the north puts an end to any kind of rough counterattack from Gonzo. And I'm interested to see what happens to this crocodile. Is not going to see his Gornostrelkovy, is he? He might... Oof, this is going to be really close. And that was really unfortunate. Wow.
Yeah, and the crocodile, he's in range, and we finally get to see a flamethrower vehicle actually use its flamethrower. This is not something I'm used to seeing in Steel Division. Flamethrower vehicles usually just die.
Well, yeah, they definitely happened there. He fired off one burst of flame, and then he went up like a Zippo.
Yep. And that's going to be the southern side, pretty much under Nilla's control, once again.
Gornostrelkovy is going to go in for another one. Grenades up, and there goes the Churchill. So that's, 85, 90 points pretty easily in terms of a price efficiency? That's awesome.
That's a good bloody kill.
Morskaya Pekota is being brought down to the south, rather. And DB Grupas. Okay, the DB Grupas, all I can think of is the analogous to like a Bren.
Yeah. Yeah, essentially just a Bren group.
Yeah. And while the north has certainly fallen, it does not seem like Nilla is content to keep things quite so, blue. He's throwing another 5 squads of infantry, 4 rifles, and a little bit of leadership there. Good idea. And a lead goes down to the south, where it's a bit of a Ramalama Hamdan all over the place.
Yeah, definitely a push through the middle areas for Nilla is really, I think, kind of throwing Gonzo off guard. Because he's just kind of got rifles in the forest all over the place. He's pushing along, like, the southern middle arterial now. And I see getting behind Gonzo's hill position there. Really sneaky move. So, yeah, that's good positioning from Nilla.
And that's the thing, though, too, is I feel like Gonzo is such a unique player in the way he's kind of a very much a devil-may-care kind of attacks, that you have to almost be as madcap as he is and just kind of throw stuff in all directions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's working really well for Nilla, especially now on the hill. He's got some fire support Churchills coming in. He's got a crap ton of rifles. It's just about a matter of time to river down Gonzo on said hill. This is, it's not bad for the hill troops. They're about to be surrounded, but they don't care.
A couple of them don't care. The ones to the west are a little bit softer.
Yeah, no. And they're not as mountainous.
They're more concerned about the fact that this Churchill's going to show his heels to this Morsk Pekota. The PTRD is no joke, and we've discovered this thing punches way above its weight, if we can kind of say that.
Yeah, but unfortunately for him, the Churchill has pretty thick side armor.
Well, that's what you're hoping to see, too. Unfortunately for the Churchill, he only has AP shells, which is just hysterical as all get out to me.
He only has that 6-pounder gun, so he only has 2 machine guns to slowly rhetorate the infantry. Fortunately, he has a lot of rifle support.
Well, and we're seeing right now, again, even as the rifle support kind of moves in to secure the ground behind them, and another 7 squads are coming in to clean up the Gonzo salient in the north central position.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, as Crocodile survives another gun run to the south. Ooh, the Morskaya Pekota's over here. Oh my gosh, that smoke layer. Ooh, that just sounds so sexy.
Yeah, it's It's kind of a weird icon to give them, because they're just an infantry unit with smoke grenades, which isn't anything
Noteworthy.
too special, really. I mean, it's like flamethrower troops with smoke grenades and whatnot. I guess to be fair, there's not really many regular, like non-sturmy infantry that have smoke, so it's just like a rifle squad.
Yeah, but seeing that icon, I'm like, it's Jaws. Like I'm almost like hearing like the noise in my mind. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's a weird icon, like, because no other infantry unit has that icon apart from East Chaps, I believe.
Well, maybe some sort of nod to historic, but I somehow doubt that.
Eugene just wanted to give some guys smoke grenades.
And nothing else. Smoke them if you got them. These guys can. Down south, interestingly, I have no idea how... Oh, okay, we're going to see that go back the other direction. We have one 4-man squad of a DP Moskaya Pekota is holding an awful lot of territory here.
Yeah.
And this crocodile... Ooh, this crocodile's going to...
I know, this crocodile.
Oh, man.
He's going in for the gun run down south, just chasing down the Soviet infantry. Oh, he's an
endangered species, you monster. Oh, man.
Yeah. Took it back to Florida, at least. Not blow it up.
Exactly.
Oh, is it right? Is it alligators or crocodiles in Florida?
Alligators, I think, more in Florida, but I think at the same time, crocodiles are more in the Caribbean. So
okay.
it's near enough to each other that I can forgive it. I bless the ranks down in Africa, too, so... Churchill, in the meantime, is going to try to pick up the slack for its dead comrade. That 95mm infantry cannon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a, Moscow DP with an anti-tank rifle, trying to draw some fire, but not doing much.
Hey, man, all he's got to do is just hold for another 8 minutes. As of right now, he's cleaned up a lot of the salients from Gonzo. He's given up a little bit of territory, this is true. But I don't think Gonzo really has the concentration of force necessary to break him in pretty much any spot for the moment.
I gotta admit, this has been a rather dynamic match, considering both players are playing, considerably rather slow infantry divisions. They don't have half-tracks, or we have a few light tanks here and there, but especially with Scots, they are slow. But Nilla's been, putting in the pressure up north, left, right, centre. He's been, giving Gonzo a run for his money.
Well, yeah, from actually, you said about up north, I'm just watching, first of all, as a furball in the sky. Yep, Spitfire trying to get maybe a kill on, not the Kitty Hawk. Yeah, it's going for the Kitty Hawk. But I was watching this rifle wave, this red tide rising against these increasingly outnumbered Morskaya Pekotas.
Mm-hmm.
Man alive. And the Gornostrelkovy, that's right there. You're a command troop, you gotta get in there all the same. A significant amount of firepower on that, and I think he's wasting it a bit. But alright. Now, Kitty Hawks continue to fly back and forth. Another Kitty Hawk coming in, and 2 Spitfires and 1 Kitty Hawk.
This is a real furball here. We got American planes going at it against British planes.
Ooh, and this is actually the upgun Spitfire. This is the 20mm and the 12.7s.
So if he can, actually get behind something, but the Hurricane trying to chase out the Spitfire, it's just airplanes galore.
Unfortunately, none of them are shooting at each other. Oof.
Ooh.
That was a burst of fire. He wasn't even smoking.
No, that was a very good hit. Definitely got himself some Silver Lions.
Oh my god, I haven't played that game in forever.
It hasn't gotten better.
It hasn't gotten better? Of course not. I mean, it's one of those things you play every 18 months or so. It's like that one-night stand for a gamer.
Yeah. Like, it's good gameplay. We were talking about War Thunder, by the way, if you don't know. It is good gameplay. There's nothing really like it else in the market, but the game just milks you. It milks you hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it does. More of these ground attack planes just keep coming in. These Hurricanes are constantly trying to stir up trouble on the ground. Unfortunately, they've just not been able to do anything with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And town to the north, is that finally in British hands? No, but it's going to be any moment here. And in fact, it might as well be, with all that's left from the Russian side of things.
They used up all their smoke grenades and a little bit outgunned. So the same, the Brits have took some pretty heavy casualties. I mean, this whole northern side has been completely pounded.
That's true. Now I'm watching the center of Gornostrelkovy coming in with another heat shell and misses. Oh my gosh, in the center, this is going to be enough. Yep, he goes down. That honestly was a very, very unfortunate loss to take.
Yeah.
Because now we're phase C. I don't think that Hurricane sees him anymore unless it's just an attack ground. It's an attack ground.
Not bad.
No, not at all. And at long last, excuse me, we finally have a Polston coming on in. Wondering where the hell he's been the entire map.
We got a lot of postons being brought in. These are only the single 20 mil postons. Yeah. Even though the icon looks like it should be the triple run, but yeah.
Times were hard back in the old country. We don't have time to get new icons for this.
At least they got the crocodile icon right.
But alrighty, so the Polstons are setting on up. I almost want to call them tri-Polstons just because of how often you see them like that.
Mm-hmm. You don't often see the singular Polstons. I mean, you have 3 of these trucks to match up on tri-Polston. Very anticlimactic.
Well, the Polstons themselves, I want to say, are still pretty effective with the 20 mil. It's kind of like a flak truck overall.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's not 3 of them duct taped together.
I do forget the cost difference between the two, just because we don't see the Scots that often. I want to say it's like at 15 versus like a 30 almost.
Yeah, it's something like, I think the tri-Polston's like 70 or 90 points maybe.
I think it was quite that expensive, but you're probably right. Meanwhile, the last of the raiders get cleaned up over here in the center. And, are we actually going to see? Nope, we're just going to see a Spitfire coming on over. Just flying combat air patrol. Maybe going for the Hurricane. Would be kind of nice. Yep.
But yeah, it's
head to head, and he doesn't even fire. And again, I have an issue with the way that this is all running.
Yeah. A little bit anticlimactic, yeah.
I was going to call it, like, unrighteous. Yes, sir?
Yeah, we got kind of a push in the middle area from Gonzo, trying to push through his arterial with a bunch of Gornostrelkovys. And it's actually working. He's getting a foothold back onto the hill and is actually very close to get some victory points for himself.
Until the Polstons open up and pin all the infantry down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even in the center, he got the M3s coming in, and Nilla doesn't have much here at the moment. He's got some rifles being brought in, and he's bringing in stuff up north, but that's really it. So this could be the time for Gonzo to do a Gonzo push and try to get some territory.
That is entirely possible. I admit my breath is still held here. I'm not really sure. It definitely looked like it was going to be Nilla's game to lose, but you're right, he might be doing that as we speak.
Mm-hmm. The M3s are definitely just enough fire support to help out. There's no Churchills nearby. I think this is going to be now or never for Gonzo. This is his opportunity. He's got one shot.
Well, Command Churchill coming out to the south, and rifles. I kind of was hoping we're going to see a 6-pounder or something. We've only seen one of those being brought in now. It is being rotated down to the south, okay.
Yeah,
to make sure he can hold on to that eastern hillside.
Yeah, if he can knock out those M3s, I think pretty much secure Nilla, the flank.
Honestly, I'd be bringing in a lot more infantry just to contain the eastern hillside.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. And a couple of small cheeky flags being taken here. The Gornostrelkovys, noticing they don't seem to have the same level of control from territory's perspective as maybe some of the other infantry overall. Maybe it's a bit of an observation bias here.
I don't know. Maybe I forgot. I think they still have the same thing because they're not recon units, but at the same time, because I have that raider nonsense, I could kind of see them having the thing where they don't affect frontline as much because they want to be behind lines and kill people.
That was the thing, honestly. I do need to get a little more deep into the files because of this, because I know the territory numbers are very, very different for certain types of units.
Yeah.
But the rifles are being massed over here in the south. I would argue at exactly the right time. Gonzo does have a 1311, but that's just because there's this one squad, this Gornostrelkovy, that's decided to take the flag to his east and the center side of the map.
Mm-hmm.
But these next few seconds could be critical to both sides.
Gonzo does have the forces to push. He has a lot of stuff just on the field, but at the same time, Nilla is a goddamn, factory. He's just churning out riflemen.
Yes, he is. And Command Churchill is actually starting to engage with the Lees over here in the center part of the map. Shooter knocked out already. Yeah, I mock both of those tanks if you want to. I still would not want to be fighting either one of them.
Yeah, the M3s are actually pretty good because they got like 2 guns instead of 1, and then on a map like this at close range, those crappy guns and do a bit of damage, especially against a division that doesn't have a lot of tanks to begin with, and you're just fighting against riflemen who don't have anti-tank whatsoever.
True. Very, very true. Now, it's been a very active roll from these Hurricanes. It certainly has been Hurricane season.
Mm-hmm.
One of the Polstons has gone down, leaving him with just one that's freaking out right now, and shockingly enough, the Churchill survives.
And I was actually Nilla tapping out. What the hell?
Not expecting that, even remotely.
That still seemed very 50-50 for both sides.
You want to know why he tapped out? Look at his player image. He's a Quaker. Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania Dutchman.
We should have known. But really surprising victory from Gonzo. I mean, he had the kill advantage, as we can see, but it didn't feel like he did.
But when it comes down to it, and this is something that we used to talk about back in SD, the Scotch not having that infantry-based AT really makes area denial for vehicles extremely difficult.
Yeah. And, I mean, you pretty much have to just do 25-pounder spam with Scotch.
Yep.
And we didn't really see it. He just kind of brought in the Churchills, which got picked off. I think that's why Gonzo has such a high KDs, because a lot of his stuff is really cheap with just infantry.
Mm-hmm.
So killing just a Churchill or 2 really, I don't say patch it out, but it's a big boom.
It does skew the numbers a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking at kills here, nothing too. One rifle squad was very lucky and got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kills down at the bottom in the kills.
Very, very lucky indeed.
And losses
is nothing to really write home about. We have a couple of things here and there. We have one, the Moscow Machiki, essentially. Sorry,
he's a king.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
yes, he is.
Real surprising game. I honestly was not expecting that, but really good hold here from Gonzo. Like, coming out on top in the end. Just barely. Just barely.
Yeah, I completely agree. Part of me wonders what would have been different about Econ from Nilla's side if he had invested into a higher amount of economy earlier. Or conversely, just kind of hung in there and just done a rifle spam late game.
Yeah. I think for Scott, you really just kind of want to play that C phase more focused, or because you just have so many goddamn riflemen.
True.
You just want to just keep spamming them, but he didn't. I mean, he had the flavor with the rifleman, the standard Scotch flavor, but he didn't have the substance with things that make big kabooms to blow up things that are annoying that also make big kabooms.
Well, and that's the thing, isn't it? You must have that elan, and unfortunately that elan was not really there. It was much more egon than it should have been.
Yes. Yes, but, it was.
On the back of that really, really horrible pun, any final thoughts there, Rang?
None whatsoever.
Well, in that case, I guess, folks, we will see you in a few days. Obviously, until next time, please stay as healthy as possible. But until then, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rang Ru. Take it easy.